Welcome to the Network of Awareness podcast, where we pursue knowledge to expose toxic conditioning, propaganda, and global lies, inspiring you to gain critical thinking for a meaningful reality rooted in universal truths and empowering awareness. In this installment of the United Shenanigans of America series, titled Evil Threads of Division, the looming surge of racist ideologies in the United States before the 2024 presidential election. Let's delve into the intricate and concerning tapestry of racism in the United States, exploring the ominous possibility of a drastic increase in racist ideologies fueled by propaganda and toxic social conditioning leading up to the 2024 presidential election. As we navigate through the complex web of historical context, contemporary issues, and the dynamics of social influence, it is crucial to grasp the potential consequences and challenges that lie ahead. Historical roots and modern manifestations. To understand the current state of racism in the United States, we must first peel back the layers of history. The roots of racism run deep, intertwined with the nation's inception and the legacy of slavery. The echoes of discrimination have persisted through centuries, evolving into modern-day manifestations that permeate various aspects of society. From systematic inequalities to racial profiling, these issues form the backdrop against which any surge in racist ideologies must be examined. As we examine historical markers, we find that periods of societal upheaval often coincide with intensified racial tensions. Economic uncertainties, political unrest, and cultural shifts can create a breeding ground for diverse ideologies. The years leading up to the 2024 presidential election may not be an exception, and understanding this historical context is crucial for discerning the potential trajectory of racial ideologies. The power of propaganda in the digital age. In the 21st century, the dissemination of information has undergone a revolutionary transformation. The rise of social media platforms and the proliferation of digital communication channels have altered the landscape of public discourse. Propaganda, once confined to traditional media channels, has found new life in the digital realm. With algorithms amplifying content based on user engagement, individuals are often trapped in echo chambers that reinforce pre-existing beliefs. In this era of information overload, distinguishing fact from fiction becomes an arduous task, allowing extremist ideologies, including racism, to thrive in the shadows. As we approach the 2024 presidential election, the potential for malicious actors to exploit their digital platforms to disseminate racist propaganda is a significant concern. The weaponization of information poses a direct threat to the illusionary democratic process, as individuals may be swayed by false narratives that fuel racial animosity and division. Social conditioning, the subtle shaping of beliefs. Beyond overt propaganda, the subtle mechanisms of social conditioning play a pivotal role in the shaping individual beliefs and attitudes. Whether through media representation, educational curricula, or cultural narratives, society continually transmits messages that influence our perceptions of race. The normalization of certain ideas, even inadvertently, can contribute to the reinforcement of racist ideologies. The 2024 presidential election may serve as a catalyst for intensified social conditioning as political agendas intersect with cultural narratives. Political rhetoric that capitalizes on fear xenophobia, or economic insecurities can seep into the collective consciousness, further entrenching divisive beliefs. Understanding the nuances of social conditioning is essential for recognizing the insidious ways in which racist ideologies can permeate society. Economic insecurity and the scapegoating dynamic. Economic instability has historically been a breeding ground for the scapegoating of marginalized communities. In times of financial uncertainty, individuals may seek a convenient target for their frustrations and fears. This phenomenon, often exacerbated by political rhetoric, can lead to the scapegoating of racial or ethnic groups. As the 2024 presidential election approaches, economic concerns may come to the forefront, providing an opportune moment for those seeking to exploit racial divisions. By framing certain communities as threats to economic stability or national security, propagandists can effectively channel public anxieties into discriminatory ideologies. The role of leadership in shaping national discourse. The rhetoric employed by influential figures can either promote unity or exacerbate divisions. In the lead up to the 2024 presidential election, the tone set by political candidates and leaders will be instrumental in determining the trajectory of racial ideologies. The potential for politicians to employ dog whistle politics, using coded language that appeals to certain demographic groups without overlays stating discriminatory views, is a cause for concern. Such tactics can covertly stoke racial tensions while maintaining a veneer of plausible deniability. Analyzing the speeches, policies, and messaging of political leaders is crucial for understanding the potential impact on the prevalence of racist ideologies. Grassroots movements encountering extremism. While the specter of increased racism looms on the horizon, it is essential to acknowledge the resilience, self-aware Americans, and the strength of grassroots movements committed to combating extremism. From community organizing to online activism, individuals and groups are actively working to counteract the toxic narratives that threaten social cohesion. In the context of the 2024 presidential election, the power of collective action cannot be underestimated. By fostering inclusive dialogues, promoting education, and challenging discriminatory practices, grassroots movements can serve as a bulwark against the rising tide of racist ideologies. Examining the strategies employed by these movements offer valuable insights into effective countermeasures. As we conclude this exploration of the potential surge in racist ideologies in the United States before the 2024 presidential election, it is imperative to approach these challenges with a sense of urgency and collective responsibility. The interplay of historical legacies of lies, digital propaganda, social conditioning, economic dynamics, and leadership rhetoric creates a complex web that demands our attention. While the road ahead may be fraught with challenges, it is within our power to shape the narrative and foster a society that rejects racism and embraces inclusivity. By staying vigilant, engaging in critical disclosure, and supporting initiatives that promote understanding and unity, we can strive towards a future where divisive ideologies find no fertile ground to take root. Thank you for joining me on this journey through the multifaceted dimensions of racism in the United States. As we confront the shadows of the past and navigate the uncertainties of the future, let us remember that the choices we make today will shape the legacy we leave for generations to come. Please follow the Network of Awareness on Apple Podcasts, Spreaker, and Spotify. This is Or the Informationalist signing off. When you live in the present, there is always an opportunity for a new beginning. Peace, love, and light, people.